What's good, Commanders family? Now, this is Next Man Up, but a little special. We're bringing in the free agents here. You know, we've seen Zach Ertz on Next Man Up before, but this one, like I said, is special because my man just put pen to paper. You signed the contract. You are staying with the Burgundy and Gold. My brother, first things first, congratulations.
Oh, thank you. Excited to be back.
Yes, sir.
No-brainer.
Excited to have you. You no-brainer, man. Let's get into it. You said if the game against Philly ended at 6 p.m., you knew at 6:01 p.m. that you wanted to be in the Burgundy and Gold, man. What makes you feel that way? What goes into that decision?
Oh, I mean, obviously, there's a lot of factors, a lot of variables that go into it, but ultimately, I feel like just the amount of fun I had last year, how much I enjoyed the process that DQ laid out every day, how much my family enjoyed it here, how much I love being back on the East Coast. For me, it really was a no-brainer. If they would have said, hey, we're ready to sign a couple days later, I would have been ready. But it really was just between the quarterback. Obviously, Jayden is a phenomenal player. You don't just walk away from guys like that. DQ, Cliff, Coach Rye, and just the guys. Just the type of people that AP has brought in, DQ has brought in, how much the guys just love the process. They're really like guys that I can assimilate to and enjoy working with. And that's not the same everywhere.
And you said it in your press conference. You said like those words, family, brotherhood. They're thrown around a lot as like fluff words, but here they really mean something. You've been to a few spots now. Why do you feel that it's so genuine here, that family atmosphere?
Yeah, I think, one, guys are wired. I shouldn't say, I mean, I feel like everyone last year was wired in a way that they exhausted themselves to be the best version of themselves.
That's how it felt on this end.
And that you think that's commonplace in the NFL, but it's really not. And then secondly, I think guys are really happy for other people's success as well. And so, like, if I had a touchdown, the other tight ends aren't like, oh, I wish I was out there, that should have been me. No, they're genuinely happy for my success. And same if they have success, I'm genuinely happy for them because I know how hard the guys work. And so when you have that bond, when you have that brotherhood, you're just able to play at a high level. And when your backs are against the wall or the situation for 3 quarters has been terrible, like a couple games it was, you just know that eventually you're going to turn around because of the belief you have in one another. And so for me, it was a no-brainer for me.
And I feel like that mindset you have came in and you set the tone for how that tight end room is, just with your mindset and with your leadership. Now you're going into year 13. Last year when we sat here, you had just signed. We talked about you was in the burgundy suit. Do you remember what you told me your goals were going into that season? Do you remember?
Probably to play every game.
It was to play every game and to win a lot of football games. Zach, you played every game. First time you've done that since 2018. Probably your best statistical season since 2019. When you look back on this past year, do you feel like you accomplished those goals you set out for yourself?
Yeah, I feel like those 2 goals were accomplished. We ultimately didn't win enough games. But at the end of the day, I felt like I was able to be a contributing factor on a really good team and make an impact, and not only on the field, but off the field as well with the guys, helping the young tight ends out, helping Jayden out, helping some of the guys that aren't as seasoned as me per se. And the goals this year are the same. Those are my goals every year. I feel like if I'm able to stay healthy, with the way I approach the offseason, how hard I work during practice, that I'll be able to produce. And I feel like everyone on this team can take that next step of being even better together next year, just because last year we were really just getting to know one another. Like we were just learning the offense. We were at such a rudimentary level of learning for Cliff's offense when we started last year, whereas this year, we're starting so much further ahead. And so we just have to be better as a football team. We have to be better as an offense. And we can't just assume that because we won 12 games last year, we're just going to win 12, 13, 14 games this year. No, you have to put in the work every day. And so I think that's the message consistently that's going to happen this offseason. No one's going to bring up last year. Last year was fun, great. Obviously, didn't end the way we wanted it to. But this year is a completely different year. And I know guys are going to be excited about it.
You talk about that ending of last year. And we talked about what it would be like when you got to play in Philly again and that reception. We had no idea what that was going to be like, but I don't think any of us would understand that you could be in the NFC Championship game in Philly, seeing those streamers come down for another team. Did that sting a little more, knowing your ties to Philly, knowing those fans love you so much there, but ultimately losing to Philly, a team that you have so much experience with?
I mean, it would have been difficult anywhere to see the confetti fall down in the stadium when you in an NFC Championship. The only other time I've been there, I was on the winning side. And so for me, that game was just tough all around. To go there, to just pick a bad day to play bad football in terms of the turnovers, and against a team like that was by far the best team in the NFL at that point in the season. You just don't give yourself a chance to win the football game. So it was extremely difficult. It would have been difficult anywhere. Being it there, probably maybe 10% worse. But I was just frustrated that we didn't win the game.
And when I talk to you, when I talk to somebody like Bobby, y'all have done it all. Y'all have won the Super Bowls. You guys have the numbers. You could end this year 5th all time in receptions for a tight end. So you've done it all. So I have to ask you, we asked you your goal last year. What is Zach Ertz? Why? Why do you keep going? Why do you keep putting your body through this? Why do you want to keep playing football at such a high level?
Well, I think my faith is obviously a big part of it. I've been given these talents, and I want to maximize these talents, not for my glory, but for God's. And also, I just love the process still. I still love going out there and practicing. I still love grinding in the weight room in February and March when the season's 6 months away. I love watching film Monday, Tuesday. I love getting the body right after a hard game Sunday and having 6 days to get it ready again. And I love the chess match that it is between offense and defense. And so for me, as long as I still love the process and I can still be an impact player in this league, I feel like I'm still going to play because I just love the process. I love playing football. It's a game that I've grown to, has done so much for me and my family. And obviously, I've been blessed to be in this situation, and so it's something I don't take for granted.
And we love seeing you play the game, man. You have so much fun. I think in training camp, I don't know if there's anybody out there having more fun than Zach Ertz, man. It was so cool. And now you're going back into this tight end room. Bates coming back, your boy, man. You both got the bag now. You mentioned in the presser how important it is to be able to play in this offensive system again. Jayden being in this offensive system for a second time. Can you talk a little bit about the value in being able to run it back with that same tight end crew, but with the same type of offense?
Yeah, I think, the tight end crew, like I spoke about, was probably last year probably the most complete tight end room I've been a part of in my career. I mean, you got a guy like John Bates, who, in my opinion, is the best blocking tight end in the NFL. And other guys may argue, but I don't think it's close in my mind.
I'm not going to argue with you.
Ben Sinnott is going to be a really good football player. He's almost like the H-back. He's a move guy. He's really, really good in space blocking. And then you kind of got a guy like me that has made his mark in the passing game for a long time, much older than Ben, obviously.
Not that much older.
And we got a bunch of young tight ends, too, that are very talented, too. And so for me, it was just a room that I truly, truly enjoyed being a part of. And I feel like our room can even take the next step this year versus last year. And so I'm excited to be back with the guys. Can't wait to be back with them. And April 22nd can't get here soon enough.
Now, if you ask my guy Logan Paulson, a quarterback's best friend is the tight end. And, man, you made headlines by saying, I wish I was 22 again. That's my only thing I would change just so I could play with Jayden Daniels more, man. Talk about that chemistry y'all were able to build and why you just have such high praise for such a young quarterback.
Yeah, I mean, I think the way he approaches the game is very similar to me in the sense that he wants to be the best version of himself every day. He's obviously way more talented than me.
I don't know about that.
But just the way he approaches the game, how humble he is, how talented he is, his desire to be great. He's just a guy that guys gravitate towards. He's almost got a gravitational pull to him, the way he goes about his business. And I just felt like last year, during the second half of the season, we just kind of took that next step between him and I in terms of chemistry, timing, efficiency. And so, like I said, the season ended 6 o'clock. I wanted to be back 6:01. A big part of that was Jayden Daniels because of the belief I have in him, the belief that we have in him, and his desire to be great.
And you use the words next steps. What are the next steps for this Washington Commanders team and this offense?
Yeah, I think it's just we got to get back to the basics. Obviously, you can't just assume like what we did last year is going to carry over. Obviously, we are bringing in new pieces, so those guys got to gel with us. We got to learn about them. They got to learn about us. What do they do really well? And I think that's Cliff's really like superpower almost, that he maximizes guys' elite traits. He's not going to go out there and ask me to do something 20 times a game that I'm really not good at or really not confident in. He's going to get another guy to do it, or he's not going to use that play. If guys don't have very, very high confidence in its success. And so I can't wait to get with the guys. I can't wait to see what Cliff has in store for us this year, how he's going to push us, how we're going to get better. And like I said, we have to get better. That's the bottom line.
Zach, we can't wait to see it. I have no doubt about it. Last thing for you, my brother. That's your ISO cam right there. Look in there and give a message to these fans because they're so excited to have you back in this Burgundy and Gold.
Commanders fans, we loved it here last year. We couldn't wait to be back. So excited to see what we do this year, and just know that we, and myself especially, are exhausting ourselves each and every day to be the best version of ourselves to represent for you guys. So we appreciate you guys. We appreciate your support. We feel it every day in the area, in the DMV, and we love seeing you every Sunday.
My guy, Zach Ertz is back in the building, brother. Congratulations, man. We're so happy to have you here. Can't wait to see what you do this year. I know it's going to be big. Commanders family, a special edition of Next Man Up. We re-signed our boy, Zach Ertz. Brother, congratulations, man.
Thank you.